Yes, my name is David Beria, the Minority Leader, Nairobi City County Assembly. As I have told you, the party leader called me this morning, and we talked about the situation in Nairobi, and they told me that they are still consulting. Consultations are still ongoing. We wait for directions from them. They are talking with his brother, the president, and we are waiting for direction from them.
I'm Michael Ogada. I represent Embakasi Airport Ward and one of the senior most members of the County Assembly, because I've been a councillor for some time and an MCA for the 2 terms. So we've gone through this process, and one thing that has come to our knowledge currently is that there is confusion, and it is a serious confusion in Nairobi that must be handled very urgently with all the state actors that are involved. Number one is that our governor was arrested and taken to court, and based on the rulings, the previous rulings that were given first by Mumbi Ngugi, that once you have been taken to court, arraigned in court, then you are supposed to step aside from your work. And I think the Anti-Corruption Court has been following suit by ensuring that they give orders to any governor that has gone to their courts to step aside and give the prosecution ample time to do their investigations. I think ours is not an isolated case. They have given instructions, and therefore the only thing is that our governor is going to step aside and keep away from the premises. The other thing is, based on that judgment, one thing that we need to appreciate is that there are so many things that he can only do when he's in office. One, we have got so many bills that we pass. For example, finance bill. We have got many other bills that are passed. Supplementary budget bills, those ones. He's supposed to sign them when he's in his office. And therefore, if you are going to pass them with him outside the office, then we are going to be in a serious lacuna, serious problem, because he is not going to be able to sign them, and therefore it will be difficult for us to really execute our mandate by implementing the budget without his assent. So I think this makes us to be wary, and therefore we are requesting the state actors who are involved to give a proper guidance as to how the county of Nairobi is going to go to move forward from where it is. The other thing is that our senator, did a request that he was requesting the special sitting for the Senate to really sit and have a discussion, a deliberation about the way forward for Nairobi. And I overheard the speaker talk in the press yesterday saying that he doesn't have the mandate to do that, which I think is true, because the only 2 people who are supposed to request for a special sitting is either deputy, that is the minority leader, or the majority leader, of which I think Sakaja need just to move ahead and talk to his party leader, that is his majority leader, or maybe talk to the minority leader to assist him in recalling the Senate so that they can have a serious deliberations. Because, for example, now, once these people are out of the office, I can tell you people are going to face it rough, because we are not going to really execute. The other thing is that you realize most of the offices in the county of Nairobi are being acted. We only have acting people, and most of them are not even they don't have people who are occupying those offices. So those are issues that, if not addressed, I think even the officers who are going to execute on behalf, if it's not there, are not there, because the offices are vacant. The few people who are there are not substantive. They have not been appointed to those offices. They are just acting. So I think there's a problem which we need to act on, and if need be, as members of the county assembly, we are going to put our feet down and make sure that we give guidance, if you are not going to be given guidance by the state actors, as fast as possible.
So are you planning also to impeach Governor Sonko as MCS?
I'm not saying we are planning to impeach Governor Sonko, but what we are saying that there is procedure in place. He has been taken to court. And one funny thing that he did is that he has been working without a deputy. Working without a deputy, I think he knew the consequences. Because one, when you are working without a deputy, what of if something happens? What happens? So like now something has happened. What happens? We are not going to live in a county where we cannot work because one person has been taken to court. So if that is going to be one of the ways out, then I will be for it. We impeach him so that at least Nairobi can get a way forward. We cannot sit down because he has been taken to court so that Nairobi come to a standstill simply because he has been taken to court and is one person. He knew he was supposed to appoint a deputy. When he was being taken to court, he was in remand for about 3-4 days. Why didn't he take that opportunity to nominate even one of his friends so that he could hand over that particular responsibility too? But he knew that we are going to have that lacuna. We are going to have the problem, but he bothered not. So which means if he bothered not about the welfare of the county, then some of us are not going to bother anymore about him. We are going to impeach him. One thing, I'm speaking as one of the representatives of the people of Nairobi and one of the most experienced leaders in Nairobi. Because having been elected all that time, I'm one of the senior most members of the county. So when there are quagmire, when you have issues like this, then some of us must give guidance. We must give them wisdom. We must advise them. So now we have been, since morning we have been meeting with several members, both from Jubilee and ODM, and NASA that is. We have been having deliberations of the way forward, of which, just what I'm saying, we all requested that the leadership of the nation should come in and make sure that they come in and assist the county to be stabilized. And not being stabilized, that we are going to be affected, people who are not part of the corruption deals. When the monies were being stolen, I understand there's allegation that monies got lost. Most of us were not aware. We don't know those things. So we cannot suffer because of the sins of one person. So him is going to pay his price and let him go to court. If he's going to be exonerated, well and good. We've got no issues. If he's not going to be exonerated, then the leaders who have been elected by the people of Nairobi to serve them, we are going to serve our people without menacing words, without fearing, without blinking. We are going to serve our people by either impeaching him or making sure that Nairobi is stabilized. And therefore, in Windsor, we are here. We have been consulting. Since morning, we have been consulting. And one of the ways we have only realized that one of the easy ways is to allow the presidency to make sure that they stabilize the county by giving us advices. The other thing is that we have requested our leadership in the county assembly to seek interpretation from the advice, that is advice from the office of the Attorney General, failure to which we can also proceed to the Supreme Court as an assembly through our lawyers to seek for interpretation of the way forward. And if we realize that the only interpretation or the only option is impeaching somebody, then that's the way to go.